A nearly intact, century-old sawmill tells the story of a time when much of Louisiana's pine forests were clear-cut for timber. But a sawmill museum also shows how those forests were given new life. Dave McNamara takes us to the town of Longleaf in the heart of Louisiana.
A century ago, sawmill towns like this one in Longleaf, Louisiana were common. They were scattered across the state and cut away the virgin pine forest at an alarming rate.
These were independent communities, and within Louisiana, there were up to 1,300 of these. It's amazing how many of these have completely disappeared, the towns.
Jim Barnett is a retired forestry researcher who helped regenerate Louisiana's clear-cut forest land.
The saying was you stand on a stump and Alexandria and look toward Leesville, and you wouldn't see a tree between here and Leesville.
Now Barnett helps run the Southern Forest Heritage Museum. This former sawmill and company town may be the only intact steam-powered sawmill in the country. It operated for 75 years, from 1894 until it abruptly shut down in 1969.
With all of the other sawmills and sawmill towns disappearing, how has this mill survived?
This is such a unique place. It was just overgrown with timber, with vines and shrubbery, and you would even never know anyone was here almost. So they were convinced to donate it to the Southern Forest Heritage Museum.
The museum offers rides on its restored 1937 passenger rail car, nicknamed the Doodlebug. The sawmills had their own rail lines for taking equipment and crews into the forests and for moving lumber from one mill to another.
And so this one was one that would haul freight.
Doug Rhodes manages the museum. He shows off a one-of-a-kind lumber skidder that could pull in cut timber from 4 directions simultaneously.
Unfortunately, with these machines, they were extremely efficient, but they were also very destructive. What they didn't knock down, they tore up. As far as the vegetation when it brought the log in.
At the mill, the longleaf pine timber was hauled beneath the blade of a spinning 6-foot-wide steel saw.
When the log got to the correct length, he would drop the blade.
The sawmill's machine shop is still fully equipped for maintaining the company's railroad and engines and keeping the blades spinning and the lumber moving.
They were belt-driven originally. They were steam.
This museum also tells the story of the rebirth of Louisiana's pine forests and how the trees have been replanted.
The timber that they're cutting now is the 3rd or the 4th forest from the original forest that was cut.
This preserved sawmill town in Longleaf takes you back to a time when places like this changed the landscape of Louisiana. And it shows how careful management can regrow a sustainable forest. With the heart of Louisiana, Dave McNamara, WAFB 9 News.